I'm Howard Post. I was born and raised in Tucson. Been away for a few years, but just moved back a couple of years ago. So we're residents of Tucson again. Well, I grew up, as I've said, here in Tucson on a small ranch. We had 30 acres, and I've been around horses and cattle all my life, so they're very familiar to me. And over the years, I've realized they're kind of my favorite Western icon, among others. And so when I'm searching for subjects to use in my work and my paintings, horses come to light quite often. When I was getting a master's degree, I used to try to imitate the cowboy artists of America, and pretty tight, traditional. And one of my friends, professors, said, look, throw out all your magazines and books and just go out to your dad's ranch and start painting some stuff that you know about. Wasn't following anybody's pattern, you know. It was my thing. I don't know of anybody that was painting like I did at the time. After the fact, I've become aware of other artists. Of course, somebody said, your stuff looks like Maynard Dixon, who I'd never really heard of at that point. It shows what a poor history student I was. But anyway, so started looking at his work and saw the similarities, the way he resolved things, and his direct approach to things, and the design quality. Design has always been important in my work because I started out as a graphic designer and illustrator. I have horses. I use horses to compete and ride in roping events, so they're a natural subject matter for me. My dad was a rodeo cowboy, not full-time. He had a business on the side, as do most rodeo cowboys. They have weekday jobs, but on weekends we'll compete in rodeos around the country. And so I started in junior rodeos and then college rodeos, and then when I was 18, got my professional card to compete in professional rodeo, which Tucson is one of the biggest professional rodeos. So I think I was in my first Tucson rodeo at 17. I did that for 3 or 4 years, but moved on to, I always knew I wanted to be an artist, so I set aside the rodeo and stuff and pursued my career. I really enjoy them, actually. It's they're concise, straightforward little projects, you know, and the idea of doing a show, a series of them for the gallery was appealed to me. And I hadn't initially decided to make all of them based on horses, but it just sort of naturally went that way. I think out of the 12, there's only one that doesn't have horses in it, and that has cattle. So it wasn't intended to be a theme piece. As I've mentioned before in my work, I try not to have a preconceived idea or a notion when I go into creating a painting. I just try to respond to the reference and subject matter that's before me.